Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mick Bailey and I am back once again on my YouTube channel. I am YouTube's man-child and welcome to Gingers in a Half Shell. That's right, the YouTube show on my channel where we look at all things Ninja Turtle related that I can get my hands on. On the last episode we unboxed a Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Leonardo figure, and today we are moving on with Donatello. That's right. This is one that I got sent to me from somebody on eBay. So fortunately, I am the sort of person who likes to let a figure breathe, because look at that. Terrible. The corners there, all absolutely knackered. It's not ideal if you are a mint on-card collector, but fortunately, I let them breathe. So as we can see straight away here, we have Donatello, the tech wizard, from the Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles there. And inside, as is with most of the figures, we get the ninja throwing stars, as you can see. There's also some sort of interesting Donatello-esque gadget there included. It's on the back of the box, it's classed as tech, but obviously Donatello would not be Donatello without his bow staff. And there's a very interesting version of it. It seems to have some sort of like prong on the end there. Very, very different to the traditional Ninja Turtle version of Donatello. As you can see, he's got the full face mask there. Different to Leonardo, who still seems to have the traditional bandana. I believe Raphael has the same sort of thing, yep. But again, this Donatello has been given his own species, and this is a soft shell turtle. So, like I said before, all the turtles have been given different species when we are normally familiar with them all being red-eared sliders. So, there we have it. The Donatello in the packaging with the equipment and everything. Is that two bow staffs? And maybe, I think potentially this looks like a drone, so that could be something else there that we could maybe mount Donatello on for display purposes. So what we're going to do, as is tradition, is we are going to let this breathe. We are going to open it up, have a look inside and see what we've got. Oh, look at that. Clean breakaway from the card there. Oh, I say that, apart from the bottom. We discussed this previously, you get a little booklet here, but I'm not going to go into that because we saw that in the Leonardo figure, so we'll just cast that to side now. Remove Donatello from his packaging. If you were someone who wanted to collect these turtles and have them to be displayed, as you can see, the bubble inside stands up lovely, and you get your little banner down the side there with Donatello, the tech whiz. But looking inside straight away, that is quite a nice bow staff, even though it has a slightly stabby end to it. The two ninja stars there, and I think that might actually be a drone as a mounting display purpose and a secondary bow. Now, I'm looking at the back of this turtle already, and I can see that there is nowhere to actually mount Donnie's bow, so that's disappointing, given that Leo had the little slot on the back for his sword. But nevertheless, we will delve inside and have a look. So straight away, I'll just remove the ninja stars, which you may have seen from my last video. Get this one out here as well, which is just tucked behind the little banner. Right, everything's all stuck in with little tie grip things, but yeah, there we are. There's Donatello's bow staff. Has a bend to it. I don't know if that's just because I removed it from the packaging a little bit too vigorously, but if so, I will make sure that once it is displayed, that will be perfectly straight. But like I say, it's got a little almost stabby end to it, which, seeing as these toys in particular are geared up for kids, it's a little bit on the odd side. But that's this day and age. I had a lot of weapons when I was a child. Next up, we have a really interesting looking version of the bow staff here with some sort of, I think that's almost to make it look like you're spinning it around really fast, which is certainly interesting because it looks just like this bow staff. As you can see, it's got the pointy end and then the flat end on the other side, but I think that's like almost an action weapon, so it looks like you're spinning it around, as Donnie does tend to do sometimes. So nice. And also in purple, traditional Donatello. And this is really unusual because this is a drone, as you can see. But on the bottom of it, it has a little clip there, which I'm assuming is for, yeah, the bow staff. I don't know, it doesn't even connect in there. That's really odd, unless you were to, no. Maybe you're supposed to put this bow staff in, I don't know. It's very unusual, because there is actually, there's nothing there to actually stand Donnie on either. I thought it might be like something that you could mount him on, so I don't know if that will actually go on my display when I put them out on my spare bedroom. But yes, I'd be interested to look at how other people have implemented some of these weapons, because say there's a little clip there, but unless I see something that I can clip this to on Donnie, I don't really know what that's for. So, but anyway, let's get down to the meat and potatoes of everything here. It's the actual figure himself, still in the packaging there, and I'll be honest, I actually already like this one more than Leonardo. It seems to have a lot more detail, but I think he's going to put up a fight coming out of the packaging, so let's see. There we go. Out you pop on it, come on, there we go. Okay, right, I see now. So there is a little bit of something underneath there. So I think, yeah, it looks like Donnie has a removable sort of shelled armour. Probably because due to being a soft shell turtle, but as you can see on the back there, nowhere near as padded, I guess. There's not anywhere near as much armour there as there was on Leonardo. So already, like, they're implementing the fact that these turtles are in fact very, very much different turtles to the usual species. But yeah, as you can see, Donnie's got a little cuff here as well. That's quite cool. I like that. And he's got the purple elbow pads, keeping him with the colour. On the top, he has the little tech goggles there. If I can hopefully get that to focus a little bit. But yeah, little tech goggles there. I think the first time we really saw those was in some of the later cartoons and obviously in the Michael Bay movies. But we'll pop his shell back on, because the thing that I have noticed is that on the back of the shell, that's very fiddly. I can see a lot of broken turtles in the future here, but maybe I'll do that in a second. But as you can see on the back of this here, there is little holes, which I'm assuming is to apply the drone. There we are. So at least we've got something there. And I assume then I'm going to have to put both weapons into Donnie's hands. So lots of very similar articulation there to Leonardo, and I expect that throughout the whole range, to be honest. But yeah, no, like Donnie's a lot thinner. He's not got anywhere near as bulk to him as a figure, but still a really nice figure. Like I say, all the usual articulation, a little bit rigid there, but he's got his hands there available to hold both weapons. So what we'll do now probably is I'll try and pop the shell back on with the drone attached, and we'll have a closer look at him a bit under the camera. The camera around here, and we're going to get a closer look at Donatello, the Tech Whiz, I believe it was called. And as you can see, he's got the full face bandana there with the goggles on top. The shell clips back on. It's actually, you just got to do one side before you do the other, and it goes on quite easy. And I've obviously put the drone on the back there now. Paintwork's good. There was a bit of wear and tear on Leo. Underneath, as you can see, the holes in the feet there in case you want to mount it, which I find really quite interesting because there isn't actually anything to mount Donnie on. I'm starting to believe that you get these brightly coloured figures like this, accessories like this one here, and then you get the regular one as well. And I think it's just in case, I think if you're a traditionalist like me, who would prefer to have the regular weapons, or if you want to have something just a little bit more fun that's almost like an in-action weapon, because I think from what I've seen, most of the figures come with a regular coloured one and then the brightly coloured one, usually in keeping with the colour of the turtle. But again, you know, the turtle belt there, I like a D on it. There is already a little bit of wear and tear there, actually, I see on the belt, but not to worry. Articulation there in the legs, 2 points there, 2 points there, and I think even the feet do tend to sort of twist and pivot as well. There's my ninja stars, which it's going to be one of those things where you end up getting rid of the ninja stars, and then should you ever, for any reason whatsoever, choose to sell your figure and somebody wants it complete, you are going to be looking around everywhere for those ninja stars, so I'm going to have to find somewhere safe to put those. So we'll flip Donnie over, have a little look at the back, and as you can see there, the drone has just attached nicely to the extra armour because Donnie is a soft shell turtle. And again, it's nicely done, and as a kid I would have loved these. If these were the first ever Ninja Turtle figures, I'd have loved them because they're very, very much like full of detail, got lots of cool accessories, so we're very happy about that. But there he is, Donatello, and we'll flip him over and stand him up and have a little look. And there he is in all his glory, looking fantastic. Turn him around again actually and just point out one little thing. He's actually wearing a full head bandana there, a la Hulk Hogan. So you'll get a lot of wrestling references here from me, being a huge wrestling fan. But there we have it, Donatello, the Tech Whiz. So just to conclude, there we have the second figure that I've unboxed. It was Donatello, the Tech Whiz. And I do actually prefer the Donatello one to the Leonardo one. I love the fact that they've really implemented that Donatello is a soft shell turtle, because it makes them all individual, whereas in the past it's only ever been notified by the fact that they've got different masks and letters on their belts. But Donatello, great figure there, and like I said, I do like it more than Leo, and it gets me quite excited now to see what the rest of the figures are going to be like, seeing as they are all in fact different breed of turtles. So to conclude, my name's Mick Bailey. I've still got my ninja stars here, obviously. No idea what I'm going to do with those because there is nowhere to put them on the figure. That's the only thing I would like, is I'd like, if you're going to give all these accessories, it would be nice to be able to actually attach them to the turtle, and that's why a lot of people who have the 1988 Ninja Turtle figures have lost weapons, because there is very limited amounts of places to put them. I mean, like the 1988 ones, you could put the sides in the front or the swords in the back, but there was loads of other things that came with it. But to conclude, here is Donatello from Rise of the Ninja Turtles, and I look forward to finding out what else is in this range, because in this range so far I am only going to cover the good guys, so your Splinters, your Aprils, the four turtles, because I don't really have much desire to collect the bad guys at the moment because I've not really watched the new cartoons. So, but nevertheless, Donatello here. I'll be back very soon with another unboxing. I can't decide who I'm going to do, but I have got them waiting and ready to be unboxed, and we can delve inside and have a look. My name has been Mick Bailey. I am YouTube's man-child, 35, soon to be 36, and this has been Gingers in a Half Shell. Turtle Power.